Got a body for a top, baby. Bang. Bang. 10 toes down. I got shows and verses. I'ma bring them to your town. For the right fucking amount. You can hit me up right now. Hey, 54 show. And 24 12. I'm a loose screw, I ain't no nail. Walk up in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, listeners around the world, welcome back to the first playoff review here on 10 Toes Down. We have almost a full house today. No Torin, but we have myself, Jake, Nate, John.
I wonder why you can fit me in frame finally, dude.
I'm not wearing a hat for once. Nate's wearing a jersey. We're still one of the sports podcasts of all time. A lot of stuff going on. How are you guys doing on this Tuesday? Because we have to film a day early because I have a flight. And Jake has a flight.
I want them Bills, baby! I want them Bills!
I want them Bills, yeah.
About them Bills.
Josh Allen single-handedly carried the city of Buffalo. We will get into it.
We will get into it.
Our defense played really strong, too. I wouldn't say just Josh Allen single-handedly carried. Our defense,
no, yeah, the defense, I mean...
Surprisingly, our defense played very well.
I'm ready.
Cole Bishop, Brandon,
Yeah,
I want to watch you
good,
sign the
but-
apology form live on.
I did say, like, exact words was, like, get a meaningful pick in the playoffs, and he, like, actually did that, so it's kind of cool. Kind of made me eat my words in the best way possible. I've never been happier to be wrong. So, Cole Bishop is valid.
Yeah, that play was all Trey White, but, like, being in the right place, right time, like...
I'm ready for the $500,000 contract that the Bills are going to offer me to come play wide receiver for them.
Yeah, 10 Toes Down is getting...
available.
We're all getting a tryout this week. It's kind of... That's what my flight is, actually, even though I live in Buffalo. I'm still flying.
I'm playing wide receiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we have Shakir, Coleman, and
Brandon
And
Cooks.
Sherfield is coming.
Brandon Cooks, and the window for Curtis
Hardman's-
Samuel is open.
Hardman's gonna be
McCole
elevated.
Hardman and Elijah Moore are coming. That's who's coming.
Brent
Let's
Sherfield,
go.
welcome back
So
to the
basically,
team.
what we're saying
Hey,
is our
Cole
offense
Beasley,
is
Isaiah McKenzie, welcome back.
He was at the game apparently.
Sammy
this past
Watkins.
weekend.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous, bro. Sammy Watkins.
Never
Darius
said that
Slay watched
bust.
the
Drag
Eagles
his
get
force
first rounded.
Sammy Watkins
Say that
can go.
bust.
Sammy
Here's the
Watkins
thing.
on a go ball, man.
Here's the thing: our offense is cooked. All right, it's shot. But we get Ed Oliver's back at practice this week. We have Joshua Patrick Allen from Fireball, California. All right. Now we get Ed Oliver back this week, and I think that makes a big difference on the middle of our line. But let's get into games.
Yeah.
Let's get into the games. We're gonna shush. I'm talking. We're gonna go in order here.
This is his podcast now.
From Saturday up until Monday night. So we're gonna start off with Panthers Rams Saturday afternoon. I mean, it was a good game. It was a great game. I mean, if you're a Rams fan, you have to be worried about next week.
Matt Stafford did not wow me at all, man. He did not move
Right.
me.
It's
Rams
like, yeah,
offense did
sure,
not move
box
me.
score. If you want a box score hunt, Matthew Stafford looked like he played a great game aside from one pick. But you almost lost to the Panthers. Again, mind you. They've lost to the Panthers before this season. They almost lose to the Panthers again, who didn't even win the game to make it into the playoffs. They got help from another team. Now, mind you, I'm a Bryce Young lover. I love Bryce Young. Roll Tide, baby. But the Panthers surprised a lot of people. They surprised me. I think they played very well. If the Panthers can use this going into the offseason and build more pieces around Bryce Young, get him the pieces that he needs. T-Mac,
I was going to T-Mac and Coker are
T-Mac,
dogs.
phenomenal receiver. Phenomenal receiver.
Horn, but he had a very bad drop in the clutch.
Coker might be better than any receiver on the Bills.
If they can build a stronger defense, then I think the Panthers...
They just took the defense, which was in the history of the NFL, one of the worst defenses last year, and made it compatible this year.
Right, but if they can build on that,
they should get rid of Bryce Young.
If they can...
Wasn't another one of the worst defenses the Rams last year too, in terms of like yards and points allowed per game, like one of the worst of all time.
I thought they had a pretty
and they're
solid
still sorry
defense
as hell. That's what I want. The Rams secondary is not going to be able to guard the Bears personnel, I don't think.
Right, so
I think
now
the Rams
they're
are doomed.
playing
They're
Who
in
are they
Chicago.
playing next week?
They're in Chicago.
They're playing.
They got
They're,
DJ
they, oh
Moore,
yeah, the Eagles
Rome
lost.
Odunze,
Right.
Luther
I'm
Burden,
trying to
and
think
Colson
off of our
Bufflin,
bracket. So
Garden.
the Eagles lost.
They
So
can't
we're
do
getting
it.
the NFC title game a week early here.
Yeah, in our
I
prediction.
mean, hell, if we're going off of a new bracket now, the Bears win this game, right? Are they at
Well, we had
home?
the
No, the
Bears
Rams
winning
are the.
anyways. We had the Bears.
Yeah, the
winning
Bears are
anyways.
at home.
Yeah,
So
or
it's-
Bears are at home. Sorry, the Bears are winning this.
Bears
game.
are at home. It's in Soldier Field, divisional round, coming off of a massive win against the Packers. But let's just keep going into this first game here. Shut up, Nate. I think the Panthers surprised a lot of people, and I'll never say that the Panthers should. I'll never personally say that the Panthers should get rid of Bryce Young just off of bias. But you guys can say it, and I'll just nod my head and agree.
Bryce Young just played the game of his
Quarterback.
life, dude. I'm not gonna say to get rid of Bryce Young. He played.
I don't
he's
think
not-
they give
not
up
a
on him just
quarterback.
yet.
He played good all season. He had his ups and downs. You can see the development in him. Unfortunately, it's coming a lot
He's
slower.
got the arm of a kindergartner.
That's true.
So does Jalen Hurts. So
He got
does
the
Jalen
No,
Hurts.
no, he
But-
don't. No,
Okay,
no.
guys, listen. That throw in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts, you could see him like lunge forward and try to put all he has into throw and like lose his. He can throw the ball further than 40 fucking yards. Okay, like I'm tired of
Go
this.
crazy.
But
I already have
anyway,
to address the Eagles as is. I'm not.
I don't think it. I think it could go either way this offseason. Panthers getting rid of Bryce Young or keeping him.
Bryce
It
Young,
really all just depends. It really all just depends on the value for him. Because I mean, his contract's coming up. If you can't get anything of value for him, maybe you tank a season. Maybe he doesn't play too well next year. His contract's coming up, right? So you don't have to trade him. You can maybe ride it out for a little bit longer. Maybe he freaking balls out. Maybe he has a superstar season next year, and he gets a pretty good extension. Maybe he gets shipped off to another team. They say, all right, well, thank you for what you did for us, but, good luck somewhere else, and we have a Sam Darnold story. Who knows what we are
I
going to
think
get out
Bryce
of
Young's
Bryce
going to
Young.
become a career backup.
His development's he's so inconsistent, dude. He's so inconsistent. That's the problem. They're gonna have
Think
gaps.
about it like this.
They're gonna have gaps. To
How
fill.
consistent has the Panthers front office been?
Well, that's what we can
Right.
see. This is a very important offseason. They're gonna have gaps to fill. The wide receiver room is okay. They need a tight end. Rico Dowdle's probably going to leave the team. They're going to need a running back. He wasn't happy with his usage, which I didn't understand either. Actually, I don't know why. He
need an
played
RB2.
amazing, ran 200 yards back-to-back weeks, and then they stopped giving him the ball.
Well, he's going on to his third head coach as well, correct? His rookie season, he had a new head coach, and then they fired because this year
Well, he
they've
was a
had
Cowboy.
they've had two coach changes since he's been around, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I believe it hasn't been the same head coach since Bryce Young was drafted. Of course, I don't know Panthers ball knowledge like that. I don't really care about them that much.
I think there's been one. I think Canales is in his. This was his second year, right?
Well, I thought they had. Didn't they have someone originally before when they drafted Bryce Young and then he got fired before
Yeah.
Canales came in?
Yeah. So I'm supposed to
About
say he's
Trevor,
had
right?
one change.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't like Bryce Young. I just think he's small. He's got a noodle arm. He doesn't know how to read the field, and he shit his pants on that game-winning drive.
The game-winning drive was pretty. Like everyone's like, "Oh,
was-
he
that
played
was
an
rough.
amazing game." The game, a lot of
It
incomplete,
was rough.
just terrible throws, just wasting downs. Just was absolutely wasting downs.
And as
trying
much
to
as we
force
like
the
to
ball.
joke,
Throwing it
we like
away.
to joke around about it, but it shouldn't always take an interception at the beginning of the game for you to start playing good for some magical reason. I don't know. Again, consistency is a
Yeah.
huge problem with Bryce Young.
Welcome to Throw a Pick a Week University. I'm
Rams-
sorry, Bryce Young, but you're a
I
Hall
mean-
of Famer there.
I think part of it is too, it'd be one thing if they had a nice season and finished strong and they barely lost to the Rams, but it's they backed their way in. They did not deserve to be there in the
They
first
didn't earn
place.
it.
And
No.
yeah, they almost won, but it's just
This
no,
was
it just
Atlanta's
doesn't-
year, dude. Could have been the
Yeah.
year of the Falcons, but no, they decided to fall
Atlanta
off a
could
cliff.
have beat them because Atlanta beat them 2 weeks ago in the regular season.
Dude,
Kyle
Atlanta-
Pitts is
Atlanta
a
needed
free
one
agent
more
this
win.
season,
I
right?
was about to say, I don't mean to stray off from our playoff topic, but I'm just saying Atlanta could have put up a great fight if they knew how to play
Well-
football, of course.
Y'all, I just
You know-
realized
After we get through this playoff segment, we could talk about a lot of head coach changes. a lot of free agents upcoming. So really, we could get through this playoff talk, and we can maybe talk a lot of head coaches have been fired, and it's only wild card weekend.
One thing I have to
And
say,
a lot of coaches have given up their position. But let's get back to the
What are you
playoffs.
saying, Jake?
Rams beat the Panthers to move on to the divisional round.
Let him speak.
Oh, sorry, Jake.
No, you're good. I just remembered that the Falcons lost the Jets by 3 points. So if the Falcons just beat the Jets, they actually would have made the playoffs.
They would be in the playoffs. And they might be
I
in the
totally
divisional
forgot
round.
about that.
Actually, I don't know though. Playoff Kirk Cousins. Nah, I'm taking the Rams.
Kirko chains, baby.
Taking the Rams all day, but
Playoff Penix, baby.
All right, yeah. So the next game was Bears-Packers.
Bears. Man, what a comeback. Caleb Williams is unbelievable. An update from when I showed you guys last week. I've actually sold 2 of those. I sold all 3 of those Caleb Williams slabs for about a collective.
I thought you were waiting until the AFC Championship. Or the NFC Championship.
Because I don't know when he's going to lose, and I'd rather sell for the ridiculous prices that his stuff are now. I got like $1,200 total for the 3, so I'm not going to.
Just saying, I never lost faith in the Bears. I called it before halftime that the Packers would collapse in the group chat. It's bound to happen. Matt LaFleur in the playoffs. We all know. We saw the Super Bowl.
I lost.
This is the Packers in the playoffs. Let's be honest here. If they're not playing the Dallas Cowboys, they're not doing much else.
That Bears defense was sorry as hell in the first half.
Caleb Williams.
The Packers, if they win. Sorry.
I was going to say, Caleb Williams, that throw in the clutch rolling left, that's a generational throw.
On 4th down?
That is.
Yeah, that is a generational throw. Like, we're going to be talking about that throw for quite some time.
That thing was a meteor. It went
rolling
and I think
left.
Yeah.
Rolling left, kind of cross-body-ish with the defender diving at his ankles and throwing it at a perfect spot where only his receiver can get it. It's just, oh my gosh, I kind of am glazing a little bit, but no one in the league does that. No one. That's insane.
And the stock on that throw is only going to go up depending on how far they go. Like if they somehow make it to the Super Bowl or win it, bro, that throw is going to be remembered.
It's going to be the throw.
So
that might even
Jordan Love confuses Jordan Love confuses.
Played good.
Confuses me though, because not only does he play good, but then he plays so dog shit other weeks. And then some weeks he plays like a top 10 quarterback. Then some weeks he's like, all right, can we get like, I don't know, a backup in here or something like that? So it's like Jordan Love confuses me. And I know we kind of joke around with Nate when he says that Jordan Love was a top 10 quarterback a few weeks ago.
He meant the 10.
At the 10.
You said he was better than Caleb, though, and I just can't agree with that.
At the moment, yes. At the moment, I said he was better than Caleb, yeah.
Honestly, I think at that point,
to the
Caleb
Williams
Williams was
train, I see. Welcome.
New.
You are.
I said at the beginning of the year the Bears were probably going to win the division. Go back to episode 1. Go back to episode 1. The Bears were my topic.
He said the Bears could, because we were talking about NFC North, and I said that the Lions would regress to 10-7 or under and miss the playoffs. And John said
that was also a good take.
And John said the Bears could make it in their place, and I was like, yeah.
I think the reason the Packers also lose out on the division is, losing Micah Parsons is huge.
They were 0-6 in games without Micah Parsons.
Dude, it's a whole different game with Micah Parsons. I don't know if it changes the outcome, but...
Say the Packers win anyway. The Packers win. They don't stand a chance against one of these NFC West teams like the Bears do. The Bears can beat the Rams. The Bears, I have faith, can beat the Niners. The Bears, I think it'd be a hell of a game.
Niners?
Bears go to Lumen Field?
Yeah, they could be. Well, I'm saying out of the 3 teams that aren't the Bears left in the playoffs are the Niners, Rams, Seahawks. I'm just saying, like, out of the teams that are left in the playoffs for the NFC, the Bears could easily beat. Not easily. The Bears could beat all 3
with any of those teams, though.
The problem with Green Bay is they didn't run the ball. They kept throwing it, man.
Well,
you got to start
an NFC title game
at some point.
An NFC title game in Seattle, Chicago versus the Seattle Seahawks. That would be cinema. Absolute cinema.
The Bears in that game. Nate, the game, that's what I was going to get. This game was not on Jordan Love. First of all, this game was on Brandon McManus. But
that too.
Outside of that, it was on Matt LaFleur. just getting straight up out.
Why aren't we?
Just
Why aren't they running the football?
Yeah, just they abandoned Josh Jacobs for this back half of this entire season. Because even though I was bounced round 1, like I've said for weeks, I had him in fantasy, so I would check, and his usage was just in the toilet. He was injured for part of it. Yeah, they abandoned the run completely, which is weird.
Romeo Dobbs also had an amazing game. Romeo Dobbs was playing like a wide
had
receiver
one key drop, which was unfortunate. No, the game was on Brandon McManus, though. I mean, he missed like 3 kicks. I don't know what type.
Well, I would say the game is on Brandon McManus. Yes, he missed a kick. Yes, he missed a kick, but at the same, he missed multiple kicks. But at the same time, like the point that you guys brought up, though, is like not running the football. That if you look at past comebacks, consistently, teams that are losing these games when they have a comfortable lead are not running the football.
The field goal, the 2 field goals alone, that's 6. But the mixed extra point, that we're talking like a 4-point difference. The difference between a field goal and
the touchdown. The game is on you.
It's
not like also kick. No. It's different.
Matt LaFleur finds ways to lose in the playoffs. I get McManus missed 7 points worth of kicks
this week.
But LaFleur is not a playoff coach. He's not. He's a regular season wonder.
They're talking about extending him. I think they should bring someone else into Green Bay.
Well, if the Ravens can move on from Harbaugh, you need to move on from LaFleur.
They paid Love after 1 year. They're going to extend LaFleur even if it doesn't really benefit them. They're key on just.
I think we've seen. I still think we saw a lot of good improvement, especially cutting down on the interceptions and the efficiency numbers going up from Jordan Love. But he's got to kind of prove like what type of quarterback he is. He's still kind of caught in a little bit of limbo right now. Like John said, he's got his really good games, and then he's got like games against he's got the Panthers and he's got the Browns. Like those games are just ugly.
Absolute stinkers. Yeah. Stinkers against stinky teams.
The Denver game, dude.
Just horrendous.
What was the other? What was the Panthers, the Browns game?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Notice how they all have like. I mean, the Panthers had a really good defense, but the other two, those are like premium defenses right there. And I know, like the Browns can only do so much, but like Garrett and all of them, dude, they're monsters, man. You got to prove. I mean, he puts up 21 on Chicago in Chicago. Or like 27 or whatever in the first half, and then just they just go silent.
The DBs on both teams in this game were terrible as well. It was just not a good game to be a corner.
The best defensive back play was by Jalen Johnson that led to the Romeo Dobbs coverage that led to the McManus missed kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are gonna like put the spotlight on LaFleur, but honestly, I give a lot of props to Ben Johnson for making those halftime adjustments. Like you could tell something was wrong with their defense, and they quite literally bared down in the second half, and their defense just looked completely different. It was crazy.
It's a divisional game. You need to win these games.
Did you see what they did? Did you see what they did for the play design for the game-winning touchdown? Let me walk you through that. That formation they ran earlier in the game was a designed screen, and you can see on that game the DJ Moore game-winning touchdown. They do the same formation. Caleb looks left, pump fakes the screen, and instead of DJ Moore being like a chip, he runs downfield. On the pump fake, the DBs take one step up, and that's all you need. And DJ Moore was gone for a touchdown. Ben Johnson is a genius, and he used that formation to set up to get the play ready for later in the game when they needed it. It was incredible.
That's nuts.
There is levels to this. He absolutely
and Matt LaFleur does not understand those levels
for the Detroit Lions' success. And we both Ben Johnson won a playoff game in his first year with a second-year quarterback, and the Lions missed the postseason. It's no coincidence, man. It was
without
not Dan
the
Campbell's
hiring
team. It was Ben Johnson.
We're gonna look back at Ben Johnson too in a couple of years, and we're gonna say like, man, without Ben Johnson, we'd be talking about Caleb Williams in a completely different limelight, dude.
Imagine if we had Ben.
100%.
I think
it was a match made in heaven with those two. Like,
imagine if we had Brian Dable.
Caleb Williams' career.
Oh, I wonder.
Imagine if the Buffalo Bills had Brian Dable.
I think the only thing that you can ever critique Caleb on is his accuracy. I mean, and that could be fixed in an offseason.
Yeah,
that could be fixed in an offseason. That's the craziest part.
He's a gunslinger. That's why he's not going to complete all his passes, dude.
But
he
I think
just-
it's time
he's
we
just
address
letting
the
it
elephant
fly.
in the room.
Uncorks the deep ball. Yep. Next up, dude, we just took down the most complete team in the AFC on the road.
Duval, what happened?
We just took down the most
Duval.
complete team in the AFC
Oh,
with a banged
Hold
up
on,
quarterback.
but we
Josh
cannot
Allen. Josh
discredit-
Allen. Josh Allen is not real, bro.
I was talking about
He's not
the
real.
yeah. I thought I was staying on the NFC
2 or
side
3
of
trips to the
things.
medical tent.
No, Josh Allen's a dog.
Evaluated
Josh
up
Allen,
here.
dude.
Evaluated down on his leg, dude. He's unreal.
Bro,
He's
Bills
Bills
done.
fan, enjoy.
Is
Bills fans,
evaluated
enjoy this
right
guy
here.
while you have him because it's not going to be forever.
Oh, come on, bro. Dude,
He-
James
he's-
Cook didn't do jack shit, and everyone was like, "Oh, this
He's
He's
year,
gonna
buying
man,
win a
James
ring this
Cook."
year and then retire. No, I'm just kidding. But Josh Allen is definitely gonna need an off season to rest. He's definitely gonna need to get his body back because this season he has had his ass kicked. Throughout the year, all year, we'd seen him taking longer to get up. He's been on the sideline more, being worked out by the trainers. He's been hurt. He's been that spotlight of injury this season. And he doesn't miss games, which is great. We love Josh Allen because he doesn't miss games.
Unlike
He's
Lamar.
consistently available. But the thing is, not missing games and not taking moments to yourself is going to get him at some point. And
Yeah.
it's starting to show.
I don't
Well,
think he
he'll-
practiced today, and he had like 3 different things listed on for the injury report. It was like ankle,
Right.
leg, and foot, or something
Don't
like
forget
that.
his
I was like,
hand
damn.
too that he hit on a
That's probably
helmet.
just like hand, leg,
Yep.
foot, or something like. I was like, damn. Bro. Our injury report, by
This
the way,
guy's-
is
he's
fucking
literally
filled to the
Superman.
brim.
How sick
But
do you think
yes, the
Ravens
Buffalo
fans
Bills-
are when they see Josh Allen with all these injuries in game, like play through it, and Lamar Jackson misses 5 weeks for some injury that he suffers conveniently in the middle of a game against a good team when they're down? I don't know.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just think it's so
Now-
impressive that like, even despite him suffering these injuries, like he still plays his best football. It's not even like he's just going out there and just playing serviceable football. He quite literally puts the team on his back and wins the damn game. That pass to
Buffalo
Brandon
Bills.
Cooks is unbelievable.
Go to Duval.
I'm a
Wild card weekend and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars off of a tipped pass by Tre'Davious White into the hands of Cole Bishop. Cole Bishop making the game-sealing pick in a playoff game in 2026 was not on my bingo card.
well. He
And
almost
God,
had
I am so happy.
game-sealing play last year too, except they ruled it a catch for Xavier Worthy. It was some
Oh
bullshit.
my god.
Yes,
But
that was some
I
bullshit.
got 2 things,
But
right?
aside from that, oh, sorry. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah.
This dude
Quiet
John
down
thinks he's
there.
the main characters today, bro. You
Quiet
gotta let other
down there,
people talk.
G. I got 2 things. One, actually no, I got 3. The one to get out of the way is the Bills clearly need to re-sign Shaq Thompson. That dude's an absolute dog.
He is
He's
a dog. He is a
Terrell
dog.
Bernard, we're all good.
Yeah,
We
we're
are all good.
We're all good. 2, I've been gassing up a couple of rookies throughout the podcast, right, as the series has gone on, and I never once, maybe I did, but I don't remember ever talking about Parker Washington. I don't know if I did,
He's a
but Parker
rookie.
Washington, yeah, number 11 on the Jags. I'm like
I
really
didn't know he was a rookie.
I'm really confident he was a rookie. If not, he's like a second-year
No
player.
way. He
I
was
can
returning
double check.
kicks last year. Hang on.
You sure? I might be wrong. If
I could
he's,
be
he's like
tripping. Maybe
he
I'm
might be a
tripping.
second-year player. I don't know off the top of my head. That dude's a dog,
You
dude.
might be right.
He absolutely was giving us problems on Saturday, whatever day it was. I'm
2023
already
draft.
forgetting.
This is his 3rd year.
Right there. Oh,
I was gonna
it's
say
his
that,
third
that dude
year.
used to be that dude because I knew him as a kick returner. He was a good kick returner. He
Damn.
still is.
Okay,
But now
third
he's
year.
making
So they
plays.
got him as
yeah.
a 6th-round pick, though. That's
Yeah, dude, he is absolutely cooking. He's going to be a monster to go
Trevor
along
has an
BTJ.
absurd amount of help. It's not talked about.
Yes, bro. No, he's got a great team around him.
He's about to have
he's
Travis
the
Hunter
piece.
coming back next year too.
Trevor Lawrence he's the guy that's got to step up now. Trevor Lawrence.
Has he yet? I don't think so.
He's shown signs, but he's not there yet.
It's
He's
not
shown.
consistent.
Otherwise,
It's
he
not
would have won that
consistent.
game.
He has had this season was heavily his agendas this season was heavily inflated by a 5 touchdown performance against the Jets, who Mitch Trubisky also dicked down.
His best
and
win,
like
though.
we said last week, like Trevor Lawrence or Mitch Trubisky, people used it to shit on Drake May, like, oh, you shit on the Jets, but that's what patted Trevor Lawrence too. And
Give him credit though. I give him credit because he beat the Chiefs early on in the season, and he also took down the Broncos, which were two really impressive wins. But he's got to show that he's the guy that can go make the plays and help the team win. And
he beat the Chiefs on some bullshit though. That dude in the clutch was
Yeah.
digging in his nose on the sidelines and then fell down
Yeah.
and got the game win.
I'm telling you,
The Chiefs
when
are
we were
not real
talking
this year, man.
from the game, I was trying not to sound biased towards the Chiefs, but I'm like 9 times out of 10, that's a Chiefs win. And then the final
Mahomes
thing
didn't
is,
have it this year, man. I think he threw a pick to end that game, right? Was that one of the games he threw a pick at the end? I think he did.
I don't know, because Kareem Hunt scored, Jags go all the way down. He might have.
I think
But
he threw a pick
yeah.
on the
The
final
third
throw.
thing is, when the Bills that big pass to Brandon Cooks that led to the tush push touchdown, they were showing tape too about how the Bills with that concept, they saw the Jags defense against the Broncos, and basically the guy next to Cooks, anytime they ran like an outbreaking route, the safety would fly down into the flat to cover the outbreaking route. So it would cause the corner to stop, and he has no help there. And there's only one dude in the game, because Bo Nix ain't ever making that throw, and that's 17.
No.
He did it.
Heck no.
17 did it with a free rusher looking him dead in the eyes. He said, "Yo, hold my beer real quick."
He
Absolute
did,
dot,
bro. Oh my god.
absolute dot, bro.
Fucking
It
back.
might have been Devin Lloyd. It might have been Devin Lloyd or a Luakan
Yeah.
coming straight at
Backpedal.
bro.
He had his hand. I think it was Devin Lloyd. He had his hands up too. Backpedaling. Look at the flick of the wrist.
Look at it! Look at her wrist.
Out to Brandon Cooks.
Josh Allen.
Ball
It was
just
literally-
fell like a magnetized to Brandon Cooks.
How many times are we talking about quarterbacks, let alone QBs, in a playoff game throwing for 80% completion, dude?
And it
I
should
mean,
have
I
been
was
90.
for real.
There were drops. There were drops.
Ga-
it should
With
have
Gabe,
the
been
amount of
90%.
injuries he has as well on top of that.
I'll say this, Gabe Davis.
Crazy.
I hope you recover well.
That was
You're a
hospital
tremendous
ball.
football player. You're great. I know it's a hospital ball into triple coverage, but dude, it hit you square in the chest.
It was a hospital, man.
gotta
Those
catch it, I'm
Jags, they
sorry.
hit low and they hit late. I don't like it.
Well, I will say though,
They
the
are-
Jags, they are. in a
Who's number
great
42? He
defense.
had some dirty hits.
I was
on the
there.
legs, bro.
There were some dirty shenanigans going on with that Jags
Dude,
team.
they are
with how they're
physical.
coached,
They are like.
but
They
every-
are. They fly to the ball.
There's 3 guys as soon as you catch it, and it's like we play through the whistle, man. And they showed it.
Campanelli by
playoff
2027 will be a
football.
head coach, man. He's coaching them like well.
It's
Dude,
it's playoff football.
Duval
and
defense is back, dude.
It's just like,
they might.
even though we scored more points than the Jags, it just felt like everything came easier against the Bills defense than against the Jags defense. Like, that's how good the Jags defense is. It's
that's
just
the most
like
complete team in the
literally,
AFC
the
right
Bills
now.
earned every yard.
Yeah.
I was
100%. They have
Oh yeah, dude. The first drive of the game, it felt like forever just to get like 30 yards and punt. It
Mhm.
was like, oh, this
It
is gonna be a
bro.
fucking shit show of a game.
Two
And then
things though.
Josh just took the wheel, man. At the end, oh, man.
For the
Game-winning
Bills to
drive,
clean up
finally.
though, we gotta stop killing drives with penalties, man. There's some unnecessary penalties that would take. And 2, when we get turnovers, we gotta turn those into touchdowns and not Matt Prater kicks, bro.
Our O line is so jumpy, but we snapped 2 agendas. Josh Allen led a
did.
game-winning drive in the playoffs, and we won a road playoff game with Josh Allen. And
First in
now-
my
Hallelujah.
lifetime.
That's got to continue,
Absolutely.
and my opinion does not change from last week. I think the Jags are a much better competitor than Denver Broncos are. The Jags actually beat the Broncos recently. A lot of people
Mhm.
online agree. I believe we've opened as the favorites against the 1 seed in the AFC on the
Yep.
road, and a
Oh,
lot
wow.
of people are picking us to win. I
don't
think,
blame them.
don't
1-7
either.
going. The last time
And
1-7
speaking of
I think we put 40 on them.
John, you still think that we're gonna lose to Denver after last week?
and no, but I have to doubt them because the last time I did, we won.
Keep
convincingly.
down. Say we're getting first round.
So-
Yep.
Exactly. So, but unfortunate news though, due to a playoff game we'll talk about later, officially we will be playing road playoff games for the rest of the playoff game for the playoffs, and the Ralph is officially over.
It's a sad
But it makes me
scene.
very sad.
The
We're
stadium,
going to
that
the
stadium is
spaceship.
cursed, so maybe we should be glad we're going to other stadiums that aren't
It's being
in Orlando,
demolished next spring.
But,
Being demolished next spring.
It will be blown up
But
into
the,
tremendous
the
proportions.
path is Denver, and then, in my opinion, Houston. But we'll get to what we think of these.
We want it to be Foxborough. We
so
want it to be
badly,
Foxborough.
so badly. Although, like people, the Houston defense is really good, but some people are glazing.
I'm gonna say this.
I have a text from Pops that I need to read.
We struggled against Houston, but don't forget we were like 40 seconds away from a touchdown drive led by Josh Allen that would have gave us the lead. Like let's not act like we were
also we faced. Is it crazy to say we faced the better quarterback in
Davis Mills?
CJ Stroud is
not
cheeks.
ridiculous.
Did you see Nico Collins now has CTE? I know we'll probably get into it later, but Nico Collins might be done for the playoffs, dude, or at least this week. He got popped twice. On one on the opening drive, and then later on in the game, he took 2 big ass shots to the head area. Never returned. They took him immediately to the locker room because he could barely stand on the sideline.
Let me read a text that Pops sent. That's just absolutely ridiculous during yesterday's game. Best defense I've seen since the 2000 Ravens. Might be better. I know that this is a good defense,
90s,
but some people are. If we were still doing the people's takes, I would have put that on there just for us to kind of clown on it a little bit. But now, granted, Pop says anything for a reaction when it comes to sports. You should hear him talk about that.
Let's say this. They're not better than the 2000 Ravens. All right. But this Houston defense though is the sole drive of this, what is it now? 10-game winning streak, 9-game winning streak.
No defense that argues historically better last year than this year's Houston defense.
What makes me confident against Houston is we've snapped 4 of the major win streaks in the last 2 seasons.
I still would rather play New England and Foxborough than play Houston and Houston. I'd much rather travel up north than go to Houston and play the Texans.
I would rather have Josh Allen in a shootout, 100%.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the weather here would be worse than Foxborough, so I'm not going to complain. And we'll have just played in the altitude of Denver. Like, it's not going to get worse than that, really. I mean,
no.
And the Winter Soldier does not implode in the cold. We don't employ Tua on our team. We don't employ Lamar Jackson.
Made his first playoff run compared to CJ Stroud, who's only been eliminated by Mahomes.
No, and Lamar.
And Lamar, sorry. Oh yeah, they did lose to Lamar.
He is now matched
divisional
Lamar
round
Jackson
merchant
in career playoff wins, and his only career playoff wins, Lamar's, are against rookie CJ Stroud, Ryan Tannehill, and Steelers Russell Wilson. And he's played in the league for 6 years. So
almost 7.
6 or 7. But yeah,
no games next though.
We'll get into Houston.
Yeah,
the next game is
Eagles.
I didn't really want to talk about this game. Okay, Jalen Hurts did not show up. He didn't. He didn't play a terrible game. Unfortunately, the worst play he made was on the last play of the game. The play design was bad as is. That's a play that you defend in college, not the NFL. He still threw into triple coverage like an idiot. But AJ Brown is an imposter. AJ Brown was clearly paid by the 49ers organization to...
He was a plant.
He dropped 2 or 3 passes. There was another one where he reached out and retracted himself because he was afraid of getting hit. He fought his head coach and blamed him for the fact that he couldn't catch the football.
That was like Travis Kelce in the Super Bowl.
Man, dude, that was a shit show.
Bad luck.
And they still almost won. And now the Niners don't even have Kittle. I think the injuries are... it gets to a point, man. No, Kittle is so much more valuable to that team than you think on both the receiving and the blocking side of things. I don't know if... and I mean, Purdy with Kittle put up 3 points on that Seattle defense 2 weeks ago. I don't.
We're talking about Glock Purdy, bro. Yeah. This dude's been to 2 Super Bowls.
I was gonna say, there's only 4 playoff QBs in current NFL that I would trust right now that have been consistently good, and it's Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, and Brock Purdy.
I think Purdy also really struggled because of the high winds that were going on in Philadelphia. Now, I don't know how windy it's going to be when they have to go to Seattle, but usually Niners-Seahawks is a pretty there's some pretty good games. If you, I don't know if you guys remember the 1 inch game for the division a couple years back.
Yes. We of course have the infamous Richard Sherman, Michael Crabtree as well.
If you try me with a sorry ass receiver like Crabtree, that's the results you gonna get.
We're never letting John try to throw the ball.
If you try me with a John Hassan trick play call in the Turkey Bowl, that's the result you're gonna get is a fumble 6.
Fucking fumbled.
We had Jake. We had a play design. We took one of John Gruden's things and we just took the name Spider 2 Wide Banana and just made a trick play where John had an RPO where Nate was going to stay for a check down. Everyone else is running 4 verts. We pitch back to John. He said
just throw it to me if nothing's open.
He's supposed to throw the deep ball. If nothing's open, you throw to Nate or you can run. He decides to wait. We don't even get downfield. He just starts running.
Blitzed. Torin blitzed.
He gets tackled. He loses the football and scoop and scored by Torin for fumble 6.
Oh,
on Spider 2 Wide Banana. That tied the game at 28.
It's okay.
We then proceeded to outscore them. I think it was 35-7. We outscored them after that.
You want to talk about Winter Soldier?
63 to.
I also sacked Torin in the end zone and forced a safety, and he called me a bitch doing that.
Oh yeah, John redeemed. Oh no, we had 65 because we also had a safety. You're right. We had 65 points.
That's hilarious.
I think Evan threw a worse suicide ball than Josh Allen did. Brett.
Did you see Evan?
In the end zone?
Did you see Evan's prayer off the back foot, Josh Allen-esque flag football touchdown? Dude, that thing was dropped in the bucket, bro. I don't know how the receivers were that open, but this dude just off his back foot just. Ooh, and everyone you can hear people in the arena like, oh no, and it just fell for a touchdown. It was great.
So why didn't Dalton Kincaid do that last year?
It was great, bro.
But anyways, awesome. The Eagles game I was very let down. I was leaving work. The Niners were losing by I think like a point or something, and I come in my house and I hear that Juwan Jennings threw a touchdown to Christian McCaffrey, and I kind of I was like, what?
He unfortunately had more 15-yard completions than Jalen Hurts. But he also had more 15-yard completions than Justin Herbert. So
yeah.
He, by the way, owed Tom Brady an apology on commentary.
I was just about... we're on the same fucking wavelength. I was going to say the best part of the game was Brady teaching us how to throw into the wind. That was sick.
Not just that. His pure reaction to when Juwan Jennings threw that touchdown pass, and he was like...
Oh, the signature... Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, he's much better this year on the booth. But he sucked last year. I'm going to stand by that.
We owe him an apology. But of course, it was his rookie season. He was a 6th-round pick, $199 to Fox. And we just owe him an apology. He's better than Tony Romo.
He's carried by his defense in the commentary.
How dare you disgrace Tony Romo?
Yeah, do not disgrace Tony Romo. Tony Romo.
I get it. He didn't have the greatest game.
Josh Allen.
He didn't have the greatest commentary of his life in this game.
Tony Romo is carried by Jim Nantz.
What?
No.
Tony Romo has 3 lines every game.
I don't see Jim Nantz calling out NFL plays.
They're Batman and Robin, bro. Nobody carries anybody. They're goated together.
I think it's gonna be one of these games, Jim.
They're just great together. Now Saquon had a good game for once. That was nice to see. Playoff Saquon's still here. Unfortunately, the playoff Eagles aren't here. Dallas Goedert was great as well. Quinyon Mitchell is
Brandon,
a superstar. Quinyon Mitchell
is
a fucking superstar. And I saw someone on TikTok say that Christian Gonzalez should have been first team All-Pro over Quinyon Mitchell, and I just think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Quinyon Mitchell allowed 0 touchdowns this year.
Christian Gonzalez is just injury prone.
I think they say Quinyon. It's real. It's a real thing. It's here.
And he went to Toledo.
Quinyon
Bay is a real
the Bills
thing.
To draft him so bad,
this
bro.
Is the closest thing we've seen.
Brandon, I will say this though: I have been glazing Jalen Hurts and Madden. I've been manning the Eagles in online head-to-head a lot.
I wish I could glaze him in real life, but he regressed this year. Hopefully Kevin Patullo is gone, but I mean, we do need to see him really lock the fuck in because I believe now this is, while he's the consistent starter, this is the second OC that they fired. So
they've been going through OCs like
His 11th offensive coordinator in 11 straight years. Is it 11? He had
Well, counting
a
Bama
new
and everything.
offensive coordinator every year at Bama,
And OU.
a new offensive coordinator, and he's had a new offensive coordinator every year since being in Philly,
They just
either
kept
being
Kellen
fired or being a head coach.
Kellen
was
Moore brought the
in
best
the-
out of Jalen Hurts.
In the last, so how many years is that? 9 years or so? In whatever that time span is, he has not had an offensive play caller for at least 2 seasons.
That both
It's
that
changed
that
every
both
year.
could be. There's two sides to that sword. One side is, oh, he gets OCs fired. Another side is, well, he can't get fucking comfortable with different offenses every year. So you kind of have to pick and choose.
Or they go
which,
and want to go coach the New Orleans Saints and make Tyler Shuck a prodigy, but could have stayed with Philly, won a couple rings, turned Jalen Hurts into
we
an
are not
absolute
going to
demon.
complain though,
But
because Shuck is about to run the South.
Tyler
love
Shuck
Tyler
should win a
Shuck.
Rookie of the Year. Tyler Shuck, Rookie of the Year.
Nah, it's gonna be Tet. Tet is like, there's a sports book that has Tet like minus 30,000. It's raps.
Remember Emeka Egbuka?
Nate remembers.
don't
him in
disrespect
fantasy.
my legend.
Remember Emeka
My
Egbuka?
goat.
No, this year's just
Tyler Warren?
this year is gonna be. He just won a Super Bowl, and Jalen Hurts in 2026 is gonna be on a prove it year to everyone. And
I wouldn't say prove it, dude.
I'm
Super
not saying
Bowl
like if
slumps
he
and-
does
the
bad,
ring.
he's gonna get benched. But I'm saying like in terms of like calling him one of the better
I'll say
quarterbacks in
this.
the league. Like
This is why
he needs
Jalen
to
Hurts is
prove
one of
he's
the
not.
hardest quarterbacks to talk about because, I mean, besides being really efficient, he doesn't have the other things that the other elite quarterbacks really got. He don't got the arm of Josh Allen. He don't got the mobility. Like, he's mobile, but he don't got the elusiveness of, like, a Lamar Jackson. And it doesn't
Mhm.
help that he has all these pieces around him, which drives the narrative that he is carried. He does it. He does his job when needed, but we've seen him go 0-4 in a second half. We've seen him play these really bad stinker games. It's just like I don't know. It's really that's why Jalen Hurts is a very
Consistently
difficult
this season
topic
too.
to talk about.
He's had quite a few stinker games this year. So it's
This was not his year.
I think
This was like how 23 was. Well, 23 was still good. He just had a lot of picks. This is
Just
just
Brett
one of
Murray.
this was just a bad year for the entire team, including even like Saquon.
It's tough to win the league twice in a row. I mean, that's just
AJ Brown was
like
right.
Brady says,
She's
the
not
NFL
loyal.
changes every year.
He said she's
It
not
does.
loyal, talking about the Lombardi, and he was right about that.
you know, I
Hopefully,
saw a Chiefs fan today.
she comes to
I
the
saw a
Bills
Chiefs
this year.
fan today on TikTok say, winning back to back isn't for everybody. And that may be true, but you guys did not make the playoffs this year. Fuck the Chiefs.
Chiefs dynasty is
Dude,
over.
I'd be more embarrassed if I went from like go being in the Super Bowl to not being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Eagles
That's
got a
gotta
lot
be a
more. And
weird
the Eagles,
experience.
the Eagles' schedule, bro, was ridiculous, and they played a lot of really good teams.
Especially early
Even
on.
like a team like Tampa that fell off, they were really good at the time that the Eagles
Yeah, their
played them.
start of the year
And they,
schedule was insane. Yeah.
dude, they had a lot of gauntlet games, and they proved time and time again that they could stick in and win those games. I mean, it's just tough. It's really tough when you're also going against Robert Saleh, who every time he's a DC for San Francisco, magical shit is just in the air, and it doesn't matter who's on the field. They're good.
How will Kyle Shanahan find a way to lose this year? I think he just. I think
What, they
it's-
got,
They
what,
just run into a
Seattle?
better Seahawks team next week.
I don't know. I mean, for as good as Seattle is, dude, we're talking about playoff Darnold here, man.
I still think
I got Niners Bears NFC Championship. That's my
I would be
pick.
looking.
that would be a crazy game. That would
Dude,
be a
if I'm
crazy
Robert
game.
Saleh,
I know.
I'm looking back at that Los Angeles Rams tape from Rams Vikings last year, dude, and I'm seeing what the Rams employed into their defensive scheme to really make Darnold uncomfortable.
Right, because that Rams defense last year was like one of the worst of all
Carried
time.
by their defensive line.
One of the worst defenses of all time in terms of it was either like yards or points allowed per game or something. It's one of the worst of all.
It was a
time.
defense that still is really carried by their defensive front.
Oh, their
I mean,
secondary's horrible. They showed
the
that.
secondary's
Jalen
trash. Their
Coker had a
linebackers-
field day on that secondary.
their linebackers are all right. I mean, I love Dolek because hometown guy, he's a dog. But like again, they got Verse, they got Fisk, they got Byron Young, they got Kobe
Durant,
something.
Kobe Durant, I think. Right.
Yeah, they got a really good defensive front, so they got to use that. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm talking about the Niners while listing off all the Rams players. The Niners got to use what the Rams did to try and implement it against Darnold. Now, I mean, again, I think Darnold's gonna shit his pants. I don't know why. I mean, the
I want to
Seahawks
say
could
that
still
too,
win.
but I also don't
The Seahawks
know.
could still win the
'cause
game, but I just don't have faith in Sam Darnold.
I want to
Do we
ride
see
that.
Sam
Me
Darnold
neither,
versus
man.
Josh
I think
Allen
I'm
in the
gonna ride
Super
that
Bowl?
train with you, even though the
I trust a Super Bowl quarterback experienced Brock Purdy. I trust Kyle Shanahan, and I trust the mind of Robert Saleh to put a lot of pressure on Sam Darnold. I mean, we look back to that game for the 1 seed, dude, and again, it was a very boring game. They had JSN absolutely boxed until they took Lenore off him. Let Lenore follow JSN the whole game, and if you need to bracket him, but force someone else to make all the plays. Are you scared
Yeah,
of
the
Kenneth
only
Walker?
thing I'm worried about, with the Niners is no George Kittle,
that's what I'm
honestly.
saying,
But like,
man. But
I do
also,
think
hmm,
I think they have enough weapons to be okay and to put up because I don't know if you're gonna
Marcus
need more than
Robinson.
20 against the
D-Rob.
Seahawks offense. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, dude.
The Seahawks defense
D-Rob
is good.
destroyed Philly has a better defense than Seattle, in my opinion.
Yes, but those are both teams that have like really good secondaries, but Philly's way more complete. Seattle gets a lot of pressures and QB sacks off of stunts and simulated pressures, but I just I don't know. I don't see a world where the Niners played like in a playoff game lose to Sam Darnold, dude. I just can't see it.
Me neither.
Uh, um,
Sam Darnold, Josh
when
Allen,
is the
Super
last
Bowl,
time
baby.
Seattle's won a playoff game? That's something you got to think about too. It's been a while.
It has indeed been a while.
It might be. We might be going close to 10 years. I know.
I don't think they've won a playoff game since the Rush era, right?
We might be going close to
I don't
10
think
years with
so.
it. I don't. Let's look.
Why am I okay? Who do they?
Last
They've
playoff
had.
game. They
Who
got,
did- who
they
did
got
they have
first
before-
rounded in 2020.
Oh yeah, Geno
by the
Smith.
Rams.
Duh. Oh my God. Yeah, they lost to Geno Smith. Geno Smith lost to the Niners in Santa Clara.
Seahawks playoff
That's a mouthful.
history.
They won one in the
2019. They beat the
2020.
Eagles. They have not.
Yeah, Russ era.
So
Russ
they beat
Moonballs.
2019 regular season, 2020 playoffs. They beat the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Russ
By one
Moonballs,
score.
man.
Yeah, because after
DK
that,
Metcalf Depot.
they lost to the Rams team that was and that point in 2020 was just straight up like imploding. They were so bad. They lost to the
They
Jets.
got owned by Devontae Adams.
That was
in a playoff
the
game.
last straw for Jared Goff out there in LA. And then Geno Smith lost to the Niners. So the last playoff matchup went San Francisco's way.
Kalen Metcalf had the only touchdown of that game for them, I think.
Will we see that
DK,
again?
don't punch me. Please don't punch me.
Will we see that again, or will they be out of the playoffs? Speaking of out of the playoffs, we need to sign a petition to ban Justin Herbert from playoff games because his playoff resume is putting up
So
3
bad.
points against the Patriots, throwing 4 picks against the Texans, and choking a 27-3
blowing a
lead
lead
to
to
the
Trevor
Jaguars.
Lawrence.
That is one of the worst
And
resumes.
The
of all
craziest
time.
part is the
That's
defense has kept him in all 3 of those games.
He had every okay. It's not all his fault
I-
because his
I
offensive
don't
line
think
is
this was
terrible.
completely on
If
him.
man.
He has 2 blind sides, right? The offensive line, I get it. He was under crazy amounts of pressure, but dude, he also just
He missed some guys.
He played like
he had some drops, he had some pressures, but he missed some guys. He did his fair share to sell this game. That Chargers team, I don't know how they won as many games as they did, but they just completely
crazy,
imploded
man.
to a Patriots team that did not play well themselves at all. Drake may turn the ball over 2 times.
I think
this was
honestly,
the worst game of the week.
The way the Patriots played, I think they would have lost to the Texans, the Jags, and the Bills. Like
They are going to
they're
lose.
lucky
They
they
would have
got
lost to the
favorable matchup.
Broncos.
They're going
They
to
would
lose
have lost to the
next
Broncos.
week, I think, in my opinion. I think this is the end of the road for Drake May with a promising future, and it's going to have the Bills on their toes for a while.
The Patriots really they over-exceeded this year. I expected them to be better, but I didn't expect them to be winning the
crazy
division.
win streak. But granted, dude, their schedule is so fucking easy, and they are not going to match this win total next year when they have to play a first place schedule. They're going to be like a 10-win team.
I think they're going to regress a little bit.
We're getting the division bag next year. This Pats team needs some significant improvements to be able to perform at a first place schedule. And they're going to prove that when their first playoff game scored one offensive touchdown. Drake May turns the ball over 2 times.
Henry.
And And their second playoff game is likely going to lose to the Houston Texans. I'm not confident at all in the Patriots next
He
week.
just held the Steelers to like 6 points.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny the one year the Bills win the Super Bowl, they don't win the division? That'd be pretty hilarious.
And the road playoff agenda, we win every
Yep.
game on the road.
So it's a
Yeah, we
tall
go from
task
not
for us,
winning a
man.
road playoff game since 1992 to winning every road playoff game that we face this season on the way to a Super Bowl.
Crone was right though. That's literally a Chiefs stat. When we played them on the road,
because other than that, it was a 2019 Josh Allen, not in his prime yet. Like just a Bills team carried by their defense, lost in overtime by 3 points to Deshaun Watson in his prime. Like it was just we
had 2017
and we
first
choked a lead
playoff
in that game too.
in
Like we should have won. Were up like.
We had our first playoff game
17-3,
in almost 2 decades against Saxonville
16-3,
on the road with Tyrod
Nathan
Taylor.
Peterman was in the game with the game on the line.
That's how you know it was
lost
bad.
that game.
Yeah.
Then
Jalen
we
Ramsey
had draft Josh
interception.
Allen, miss the playoffs, make the playoffs against Houston, go to overtime in Josh Allen's first playoff game, go to overtime, and then lose to the team who eventually lost in the AFC title game. So it's not like they were a second round knockout.
They blew the 24-3 lead to Mahomes.
You're right. The next year,
week.
divisional. I'm sorry. Yeah, not AFC title game, divisional game.
Deshaun Watson never made it back to the playoffs after that.
And then we all know what happened after that.
Led the league in passing.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Then it was all home playoff games until we ended up going to Arrowhead. The only road losses we've had were in Arrowhead after Houston, where they were all in
2021, what could have been a narrative rewritten? The Bills win 13 seconds. Mahomes couldn't do it, but of course, Leslie Frazier, everyone.
Now here's a guy who can beat a team in the playoffs.
The greatest quarterback playoff run of all time ends in the divisional round. Isn't that just
all we have to do? All we have to do is keep the Bills out of overtime. That's it. That's the key to winning football games, is not go to overtime. And also, Joe Flacco has the greatest quarterback playoff run ever. But
playing efficient football is how we win football games. Did it against Jacksonville. No, Josh Allen would smash that shit. Hell no.
No.
He was on pace. Dude, we're talking about the wild card game where we didn't punt.
The perfect game.
It was a perfect game.
It was the perfect game. We went band for band with Patrick Mahomes in the divisional just to watch our defense blow it.
Don't forget that Patriots defense that year was like top 5 and carried Mac Jones to playoff berth.
We're talking about Joe Burrow and that fraudulent ass playoff run coming to Buffalo. Are we for real right now, dude? Come on, Josh. And then we get to play we'd play the Rams at SoFi.
Would have been a tough game, but we had.
It would have been.
Honestly, that was a good Rams team.
Cooper Kupp would have been absolute hell. But like Josh Allen was playing on such a level that I've never seen before out of a quarterback that I
haven't either, man. That was something special.
Unbelievable.
Something about Josh Allen.
Like a Hyde interception in that playoff
couldn't
run
make a mistake
against the Patriots.
He was hitting every throw.
Like the only reason we lost that game is because Josh Allen didn't even get a shot in overtime.
He didn't get the ball.
It's not like he settled for a field goal.
That game might have
get a shot in overtime.
College overtime was enforced on like NFL playoff overtime games. That game might have gone on for quite some time.
I can't believe
that game would have gone on forever. It would have been like 50 overtimes.
That was such a good offense too, because we still had Dable, and we had Diggs, Gabe Davis, Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, Dawson Knox.
Emmanuel Sanders had a huge play on 4th down before they gave Davis 13-second touchdown.
That was an incredible receiving core. Oh, Torrin has joined us.
Well.
Oh no, I've been pushed out of frame.
Guy.
We have one more game to talk about,
broken.
And then.
Oh, you're already making fun of me as soon as I join the pod. You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm leaving. I hate this shit.
Who you guys? Are
you joined on your phone in the car?
I'm currently on my way driving home after a 2-2 tie.
Dude, why does your guys' league not do OT? It's bullshit. I watched that whole fucking game just to watch it end in a tie.
Bro, we tied.
Focus on driving. Get out of the car.
League. We're chilling.
You still need to be fired. Like if Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, you're not safe, buddy. You're gone.
Do you know who's trailing me home right now? Browings.
Oh, Bruins is trailing them up.
Bro.
Well, we have one more game to talk. There's not much else to say about
Wait, does that mean
Chargers,
Torrens
Steelers,
no
Patriots.
showing the gym tomorrow?
Yeah. No.
I have
no.
7 a.m. work.
Yep, you're getting banned. You're forced to do a week of legs. I don't care.
Oh, we could
One week of
we
legs.
could wake up at
That's
4:30.
awful.
No.
See? Any excuse to not hit legs. No.
Any excuse to not go to the gym and get a good pump.
There's not much else to say
Let
with
him go.
Chargers, Patriots. It was a shit show game.
I think we can move on.
I think the Patriots are bounced. We'll see. Texans, Steelers.
Game of the week.
Mike
Game of the
Roman
week.
is gone as
Steelers,
well.
Houston's easily.
Game of the week. My ass. This was one of the worst things I've stayed up for in a while.
5 turnovers and still won the game.
CJ Stroud
Is a fraud.
CJ Stroud is one of the more carried QBs. What happened to him? What happened? What?
Caleb Williams.
I don't know.
Yeah, it
team
was
got
when he
worse.
tried to teach Caleb
The
Williams
team
how to play
got worse
football.
and better at the same time.
Dude, I don't know. He tried to teach Caleb Williams how to play football. He had a big 3 last year at receiver that, granted, didn't play a lot of games together, but how do you not produce with Diggs, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell?
Bagpipes and Baghdad.
Well, Diggs tore his ACL.
He is. I will say he's allergic to the divisional round. That's the only saving grace the Patriots have here is CJ Stroud. Like we were saying last week, and we should have picked him, he doesn't get first rounded.
Well, he's an Ohio
only,
State
only,
quarterback.
Only idiots would pick the Steelers.
He does that. He does. Damn, he just called the 3 of you idiots.
Only idiots would pick Ohio State to win the Natty.
Right? Oh my God. Ohio State's so dog shit. Anyway.
That's not that ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Ohio State were frauds this year.
Michigan only lost to Ohio State because their coach was fondling team staffers.
No, dead
Yo,
ass.
why
bro.
are you talking?
Instead
about
of fondling
this?
open the playbook, he was fondling your his staff. That's the only reason
Right.
you guys won. But
That's the only reason they lost to Ohio State. But
do
they'll get it back
think,
next
do you
year.
guys think Rodgers goes out on that? On a pick 6?
I don't know.
Defended on a
I
pick
think
I
six,
don't know.
Rodgers.
Well, the
On
thing
the-
is,
on the
I
way
think
off
he's still
the field.
having fun. I think he's still having fun. That's
Unk
the
still
problem.
got it.
I think he wants to go back
Unk
to
still
one more
got it.
team.
Like, it's not like he played for the Jets this year. If he
Go
played
to
for the Jets this
Minnesota,
year, he'd be gone.
Rodgers. Throw to Justin Jefferson.
Go
in your
to
final year.
Minnesota.
Complete the Brett Favre.
Complete the Brett
carousel,
Favre.
even though it's out of
Complete
order.
the Brett Favre.
Complete the Brett Favre.
Fucking.
And just
Well,
ride
yeah,
off
I mean,
into the sunset. 1 year.
Technically,
Justin
it was out of
Jefferson.
order in the first place because Brett Favre was a Falcon.
Yeah. Go ahead and throw to Justin Jefferson your final year. You've earned it. And shit on the Packers twice a year. See if you can still
And the
own
Bears.
see if you can still own the Bears with
I
with
still
what they
own
got going
I
on.
don't
It
know,
might be
man.
tough.
That team could make some noise. Like, I don't think they'd win the division, but like, I think they
They
can
went
compete
9
in
and
the
8
wild card,
this
maybe
year,
make it
or
there.
8 and 9 or something, and they tied Detroit.
Well, yeah,
Detroit
it's
was
the
actually
Steelers, though.
Detroit was
That's
fourth
Mike
place.
Tomlin's goal is 8 and 9 every
No,
year.
I was talking about Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah, they were.
No, they literally went 9 and 8.
Yeah, and they had the tiebreaker above Detroit placed last. They had the tiebreaker problem, so
Yeah.
like it wasn't a wash
Yeah,
by
but
any means.
the Steelers game was no contest, bro. I mean, at least for it was like kind of a contest till the last like 15
They had.
minutes,
That's what I'm
but
saying. They had
They
it,
could not score.
and then that second half, like the defense finally just destroyed them, and CJ Stroud didn't even need to do anything, and he didn't. C. Kirk with the game of his life, to the point where actually Stephen A.
As
Smith.
Stephen A. Smith
Stephen
would
A.
say.
Smith called him Charlie
Christian
Kirk. That was
Kirk.
the funniest shit I've ever seen. Live on air, calls Christian Kirk. And Charlie Kirk scored a touchdown for the Houston Texans. It's the
144
greatest thing I've
yards.
ever seen since the New York Knicks making it to the playoffs for the
We
first time. in a
are
long time. Jalen
Christian
Brunson carrying the
Kirk.
New York Knicks.
We
See Charlie
carry
Kirk
the
on the Houston
flame.
dude. Christian Kirk
Yeah.
has a better playoff legacy than Justin Jefferson. It's pretty crazy to think about. But no, the Steelers' offensive line is sorry as hell. This DK Metcalf is sorry as hell. The Steelers' secondary is sorry as hell. TJ Watt in the playoffs is sorry as hell. Another playoff for CJ Watt without a sack. Even though, but CJ Stroud is also just a hot stack of buns. Yeah.
DK Metcalf is so terrible at football. They paid him all that
That
money.
drop was bad.
That was so.
They traded away George Pickens to bring him in. They paid him all that money. He cooks Derek Stingley, and what does he do?
drops.
He drops the
ball.
football.
That was a touchdown. in my opinion. I think that was a touch.
Ridiculous,
That was rough.
dude.
And now I'm just Houston as much as they look so dominant, there's just so many question marks. Like, is CJ Stroud going to do it in the divisional? You have every opportunity. You're facing a second-year QB. Like, the other times in the divisional, you faced Mahomes and Lamar once. That was ridiculous. But, I mean, he did win MVP that year. So, it's like you faced mainly Mahomes. You're facing Drake May now and a team that...
With an amazing... The Texans have an amazing defense, too.
The Chargers defense just made Drake May look lost. Imagine what your defense can do. Just, can you step up to the plate? Because... They're not going to be able to do that again against the Pats defense, who looked really good, albeit against the Chargers offensive line. But Houston does not have a good offensive line either. I think Houston and the Chargers are.
That's what I'm saying.
Very
and the way CJ Stroud fumbled last week, they're not getting away with that against New England.
No.
If they fumble inside the 20 once, that could be the difference.
Yeah, they're not going to recover 2 of Stroud's fumbles. He still lost 2 as well. I think he fumbled total like 4 or 5 times.
Yep, and a pick.
Yeah, and two fumbles were lost, so 3 actual turnovers, and then 2 other fumbles, I think, because they were like bad snaps, but he was just fumbling the snaps. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah, those were off the hand.
All I hear are excuses.
Yeah, they were not bad snaps. I don't know what people are talking about.
You could tell the cold was affecting Stroud, and I think that's going to play a factor in New England as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I got the Patriots, to be honest.
That's fair. And I prefer that as a Bills fan, assuming we can get past Denver, which, as we've said, I think we can. But, anyway, I guess...
We want to get into the divisional?
I was going to say, should we just talk about some predictions for these games, even though we've kind of already hinted at it?
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys want to start with. We can start with NFC like we did last time. Bears-Rams, just because we talked about those games first. I think Pod's leaning Bears. I'm leaning Bears. They shut me up because I didn't think they would make it past this round last week. And now seeing what I saw from them versus what I saw from the Rams secondary, I don't think they can cover the personnel of the Bears. I really thought they reached and should have taken Tyler Warren. I still think they should have, but Colston Loveland the last 3 weeks has had 10 catches for 100 yards on average and a touchdown for the last 3 weeks. He's averaged that. And you have all the other receivers. You have a trio of DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden that's just been insane. So I have Chicago. Personally, I think they're making the conference chip. I don't know how far they'll go after that, but they're making it there.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, the resilience of the Bears, the mid-game adjustments from Ben Johnson, I just think
genius.
I don't know. I got to feel. I mean, I also picked the Bears to make the NFC Championship too, and seeing what I saw, that only gives me more confidence for them, honestly. But yeah, I got the Bears.
I also think that the Rams have just looked very fraudulent since the back half of the season has started. Tough losses to teams like Atlanta that you should be blowing out of the water. Close playoff game against Carolina, losing to Carolina in the regular season. Yes, dude. These things, we're you got to hold. If we're gonna hold someone like Josh Allen, the Bills, to high standard, we got to hold the Rams to that same standard, right? This was a terrible week for the Rams. You should never be in shootouts with the Carolina Panthers.
They should have been up
17-3
at half, and instead were only up 17-14, I believe, at half, which was just insane.
And let's not forget they lost to the Panthers not too long ago.
Yeah.
They almost lost the Panthers twice in a row, or 2 times, which is crazy.
That was John's saving grace for picking Carolina, was that they had already beat the Rams, which was a very fair assessment. But
yeah.
No, I got Chicago for this one.
Bear down, baby.
Yeah.
Bear down.
Niners Seahawks is the toughest game for me to pick this week.
I'm gonna go Niners.
I was Seattle. I was Seattle before the pod, but you guys have sort of talked me into San Fran.
Gordon's gonna be Seattle's gonna find a way to beat San Fran just because I think they can. I know that they will. I don't really have an explanation for it, but
wait. What did he say last week? What did he say last week?
I forget, but he said something along the lines of that. I'm gonna go with the Niners.
Which game?
When we made it to the divisional round for the Seahawks game last week, we all took the Rams beating the Seahawks.
He said something about playoff Sam Darnold or something.
But Darnold and the Seahawks. It's the playoffs. They're at home. I believe they'll do it. And then we're talking about how like the Rams should have just beaten them at home in Seattle and stuff, and how the Rams dominated them. Is like I just believe in Sam Darnold. I just know that they're gonna win.
He knows.
No, I think Purdy and the playoff tested 49ers can pull it out, man. I mean, Seattle's got. I mean, JSN's good. They can really get pressure with their defense, and they got a good secondary. But after seeing the stuff that they had to pull without George Kittle against the defending Super Bowl champs on the road, I mean, sky's the limit for the 49ers. So give me San Fran.
Well, the Kyle Shanahan lost usually. It usually doesn't come this early in the postseason, so. They're probably gonna
let it simmer.
Yeah, they're gonna lose in the conference title game, which means Chicago's going to the Super Bowl.
Chicago going to the Super Bowl.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, which was our pick, by the way. I like that pick a lot more now.
My opinion for
Jeff Saturday. Sorry, I just saw this clip from 10 hours ago that Jeff Saturday said our defense didn't play that good against Jacksonville.
Okay. Anyway, my opinion from last week does not change. Jacksonville is a better team than Denver. They're more of a threat to us than Denver. Jacksonville is the most complete team in the AFC. They were just taken down. Denver's getting taken down by the Bills. This, for me, as a biased fan, whatever, it's the easiest game for me to pick this week. And a lot of people are agreeing, and we are still, I believe, the favorites against the 1 seed.
I actually just checked. The line flipped back to 1.5 in favor of Denver, surprisingly.
Okay. Wow. Jacksonville was the favorite at kickoff by like 1.5.
Yeah.
Home field advantage and being the 1 seed, I mean, it's bound to happen, right?
I guess, but we're winning this game, I think.
I firmly believe that the Bills are going to win.
I'm just confident in who we have, much more than I am of what they have. I think we beat a very similar team very easily in the postseason last year. Everyone this year likes to talk about how they led the league in sacks this year. They did the same thing last year, and we beat them 37-10. So,
yeah, I think
team
what's
isn't
so
much different
scary
on paper.
too. What's so scary too is that the Jags basically did everything they needed to beat the Bills. Like they held James Cook to 45 rushing yards, the NFL's leading rusher, and they also gashed us on the ground, which is basically what they needed to do. And the Bills still won. And that just shows you, even if the Bills don't necessarily play their best ball, they can still win. But yeah, I'd be concerned if I was Denver, especially they don't have that good of a running game, and they're going to play. And the best part of their offense is their passing attack, which the Bills do great against. I think we should
physically dominate their defensive line.
Yeah.
Sorry, their offense. Their defensive line. Our line not only outweighs them, but man, they're taller, they're bigger. I mean, James Cook should have a field day, man.
Yeah, because we have
good, bro.
I was gonna say Jacksonville's not doing Denver's not doing what Jacksonville did to James Cook. Jacksonville did not give up 75 or more yards to a running back this year at all.
Yeah, this Denver defense is good and all, but I do believe in James Cook's rushing ability. And I think the running game is what's going to be the driving force.
It has to be. We don't have receivers, bro. It has to be. James Cook needs to go off. I still trust Josh Allen to get the ball out, and he's going to have a good game, but we need James Cook to rush.
I will say, though, the Broncos are the number 2 team against the rush from the regular season. So I shouldn't say it's going to be a pushover, but on paper, we should dominate the trenches. I like your approach,
though, with the size of our offensive line versus their D-line, I think.
Yes, it should be, yes.
They're mainly dangerous to sack us, but... And granted, Josh Allen has been taking more sacks lately, but, hopefully we're
Josh
able to
is here, dude. He, like you said, he watches the film, he goes back, he's going to take the checkdowns, he's going to play clean football. Superman will come when needed. Otherwise, it's clean, efficient football out of the Bills quarterback.
That's right.
And lastly,
I agree.
Texans at Pats. This is a tough game to pick as well for just so many different reasons. I just don't, after what we saw in both the postseason, I don't trust either quarterback really in a playoff setting right now. And with how these defenses, this is going to be an ugly fucking game. And I'm going to give the slight edge to the better defense, in my opinion. If I had to make a pick, I'm gonna take Houston. I think Stroud finally makes it past the divisional round of the playoffs. Drake May, like obviously Stroud in terms of the turnovers looked a lot worse. Drake May looked very ugly against the Chargers. And he's now has to upgrade on defense. Still remains at home. Patriots offense just didn't do enough compared to what the Texans defense did to really move me. So
I would say
Texans
this
win an
too.
ugly game.
We're talking about Lassiter. We're talking about Stingley. Like
Playmakers,
they're going to be
man.
guarding who exactly?
Right, Diggs.
What, Keyshawn Booty,
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs? No, and I mean, they've had great years for what we've expected out of them. But again, we're talking about a top 5 corner in the game. We got his duo who's playing absolutely out of his mind. We got Bullock in the secondary playing safety. Petrie playing in that slot corner role, who was the safety converted to corner. Al-Shire going down to stop the run game in a defensive line that's not only good against the pass, but is good at clogging those run lanes. I mean, dude, I don't see it. Unless Drake May has one of those, like, once-in-a-lifetime performances, I think the Texans are not just going to win. I think they're going to fucking mollywop them, dude. I think this could be a very ugly game for if you're a Patriots fan. I think Houston's going to walk in and stomp them.
I was
Yeah,
leaning
don't
New
know if
England
it'll be
originally.
stomping, but it's going to be a close, ugly game. Stroud doesn't have enough to stomp him.
Yeah, I was leaning
I just
New
watched
England
Christian Kirk go for
originally, but-
146 in a playoff game, dude.
Yeah,
Steelers
that's wild,
secondary,
man.
sorry, man. They're sorry as fuck.
But
I like Crone's take that like you go with a better defense here. Like there's nothing that's
And more
eye
experienced
popping in
playoff
terms of the
quarterback.
Patriots. You know what I mean?
Stroud has an underrated
Yeah.
amount of playoff experience. He does. And even though he has
does.
not played well overall in playoff games and is more so just benefited off not even just his defense, but I'd more so say other QBs playing bad. You know, Herbert.
Experience always
4
will
picks
triple.
last year. Rodgers scoring 3 points, not being able to get the ball out this year. 2022,
Yeah, I don't think Stroud's gonna
Joe
have a clean
Flacco
game.
shitting the bucket after a ridiculous run with the Browns in his wins. It's just more
Yeah.
so been the other QBs played so
The
much
bad
worse.
part with Stroud too is in like a year or two ago or whatever when they played Kansas City in that divisional game in Arrowhead. It's the opportunity was there. He had opportunities to go down, take the lead, and try and give them a chance to win the game, but he just didn't do it.
You see a pattern of them playing
Mhm.
shitty older QBs or just shitty notable playoff QBs like Herbert in the wild card round. But then in those other 2 matchups before went to a severe upgrade in the next round. And in this, they don't really do that. This year's Patriots are not on the level of the 23 Ravens or any form of Patrick Mahomes Chiefs that have been in the postseason. So, yeah, if there's any time for Stroud to make it past the divisional round, this is the time.
It's
so
now.
we really got to see what he's made of. I'm going to pick his defense to lead the way and win an ugly game and host the Bills in the AFC title game. That game will make me shit my pants.
I would be
Dude,
extremely disappointed as not even just an NFL fan, but if I was a fan of the Texans, if I looked at this team and I lose to this inexperienced New England Patriots team that shouldn't even be here, I would really start to question a lot of stuff about my football team, and I would question a lot about my quarterback, because that's what it could come down to. It could come down to CJ Stroud. We need you to go out there, game-winning drive in Foxborough. Can you do it?
Yeah, like I don't
I
think
agree.
CJ Stroud's gonna have a clean game, but I do think he's gonna have what it takes to get it done in terms of like what you guys said, like the experience.
People were
like
talking
that
about
matters.
CJ Stroud
I
like
don't
a
trust Drake
top
May
10
at all.
quarterback not even a couple of years ago.
Because
They're saying
he's
Rookie
gonna be
Stroud was insane. Rookie Stroud
Yeah.
was like the same
He set
level.
the bar for these rookie QBs, bro.
Rookie Stroud's around this. He's not quite as good, but he's at the same level as this regular season we've seen with Drake May. But Stroud did it obviously as a rookie, so it's more impressive in my opinion. And Drake May, I don't like to go back to it, but dude, the schedule was so cake, and that's another reason that I'm just not confident in Drake May. Not only lack of playoff experience, the lack of experience overall this year against good teams, and a lot of times when he played good teams, he didn't. Like, he didn't win, or he didn't. At least didn't
And
lose.
Drake May did not beat the Chargers. The Chargers lost that game.
Yeah, Chargers lost that
Like-
game. He beat Snoop Huntley's Ravens. He choked a 21-0 lead to the Bills. He lost to the Steelers at the start of the year, Other than that,
Lost to
there
the
are
Geno Smith.
And the Raiders.
yeah, and other than
He
that,
lost
there
to
aren't
Geno
really
Smith
any
week
good
1.
games you can pinpoint. I don't think they would have even with
He should have lost to the Falcons.
yeah, even with the
We're
step
talking
down
about a
this
missed
year
PAT.
that they took. I don't know if that team beats the Chiefs this year. I think the Chiefs might probably win that game.
It's going to be interesting, right? Because I would like to look at Drake May how we look at CJ Stroud. Now, given we're talking about year 2 Drake May, so going into year 3, it'll be even more critical. If we see a big regression out of Drake May next year when he plays a much more difficult schedule, then I think there's going to be conversations about, well, what type of quarterback is Drake May? It's like with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud has this amazing rookie season. He comes back, a little bit of a harder schedule, doesn't play nearly as well, and we haven't seen that consistent play now out of Stroud. We've seen more injuries. Now, granted, he doesn't have the greatest offensive line, but that doesn't make up for the lack of amazing defense and weapons you have around you. It's going to be year 3, and what we see out of Drake May in this game is going to be a huge, we're going to figure out where Drake May is going to fall amongst quarterbacks.
This must be how people felt about 2020 Josh Allen. And all the while, I was just mesmerized that we finally had a good player on our team.
Dude, the moment I realized how, I don't know if it's, crazy it took me this long. When we were playing San Francisco in Arizona, and I watched him throw that ball over Fred Warner, I was like, oh yeah, we got one of those guys.
This was for me, the awakening was the Denver game. That fucking
Kumaro.
That bullet to Jake Kumaro. That was my what would the term be?
Eye-opening?
No, but there's like a term.
Awakening?
Yeah, that's my great awakening to Josh Allen.
Oh god, we're reliving U.S. history right now.
My great awakening was that Denver game in 2020.
Dude, Motor also had a crazy game that game.
How many times we got to score, man? How many times we got to score?
The Statue
all
of
in front
Liberty.
of
Just
South,
back when the Bills
South
offense was
Park.
just fun.
Oh, this is still my favorite season. All in front of South
Easily,
Park
dude.
people that the cardboard.
Actually,
cutouts
I
that
should
put
say
stands in Denver.
That or Week 2 Miami.
But
That's an underrated
John
game,
Brown
dude.
deep ball to seal the game.
Stephon Diggs.
John Brown.
deep ball.
Stephon Diggs over the middle. Josh Allen run the ball. John Brown deep ball. Stephon Diggs over the middle.
Devin Singletary up the middle. Devin Singletary up the middle. John Brown deep ball. Touchdown. Devin Singletary up the middle. Zach Moss up the middle.
We got our asses handed to us by Tennessee. We lost a close game to Kansas City, who held us in check for most of the game, and then we lost a fluke game to the Cardinals on a Hail Mary.
Yeah, that was where
Oh my god,
we went 13-3 on the Hail Mary. Yeah,
Hail Murray.
fucking ridiculous.
The only time Kyler Murray has ever been good in
What a
his
fucking
career.
season. We won a playoff game that year. The experience, dude. The
Beat the
experience.
Colts.
I will never forget where I was.
so happy.
My uncle was watching at home with us. It was during pandemic, and just the experience of watching us win a playoff game. I think I just turned 15 years old. A couple
I was in my
months
living room
prior,
with my father.
and
I was terrified that somehow they would complete a Hail Mary. I was
that
like, please
was
stop.
yeah, me too. But the experience of that game, man, the touchdown digs, just
And then you know how nervous I was because I was talking.
and then
I
the
never
pick six,
understood why
Taron
so
Johnson
many
next week. What a fucking
so
season,
many
bro.
of my football teammates that I grew up with were Ravens fans. You know how much shit I had to hear just to shove it back in their face because they
yeah.
play off Lamar.
Playoff Lamar.
Playoff
All
Lamar
he did was
Jackson.
beat.
Toronto-
At that
Definitely
point,
one
all
of-
he had done is beat
one of
Ryan
the
Tannehill
players
after
of all
losing
That's
time.
a
the
that's a
previous
that's a
year.
top Bills moment in my lifetime right there. I'll never forget Teron Johnson's pick 6 in the divisional, bro. But
That
we
was
weren't
sweet.
ready for Kansas City yet, and then we wouldn't have even done shit against Brady.
Oh God! If we went to Tampa, bro, I would not have been able to take losing a Super Bowl to Brady. I would have cried.
That would have
owns the
definitely been
Bills.
Brady
owns
owns
the
us.
Bills.
Yeah, John would not
Pass
have
the
liked.
chain.
John would not have liked Brady anymore if that had happened.
No, I would have burned I wouldn't have bought a Brady jersey.
Oh, yeah, don't you
Then
have a
think of it, dude.
Brady Bucks
2021
jersey?
happened.
I do have a pewter gray Brady jersey.
The
Pewter
craziest part is
gray
then that's
Brady Bucks
2021.
jersey.
Josh
Those are
Allen has one of the
clean.
greatest
So-
playoff mini runs we've ever seen. 2023, we get bounced by the Bengals. 22, we get bounced by the Bengals. 23, we lose at home because we can't hit Stephon Diggs on deep ball, and Tyler Bass recreates wide right. Walter Hartwell White.
My name is
2024.
Walter Hartwell.
2024, we go back to the championship game for the first time in 4 years. And we get hoed by the refs.
Yeah, we do. Josh Allen got the first down, man.
We would have
not over it.
we would have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we would not. We would not
We would
have
put
lost.
up a better fight.
We would not have lost as bad. I think. Yeah, we've said that a lot.
We would have put up a
but
much better
yeah,
fight.
We were not. We were not beating.
I shouldn't say
Jalen
we would have
Hurts that
won,
game
but
and his Jalen Hurts and the Avengers around him, because that was an insane team. But
I think exclusively we should have a podcast dedicated to ranking like some of Josh Allen's. But we should all put together a list of Josh Allen's best performances, like games.
Of Josh Allen through the years.
I agree.
Because like,
Just
were you?
glaze
I know we
different
lost, but
players.
were you gonna put the Rams game from last year, the 6-tug game, bro,
6-tug game.
Dude, that game was crazy.
in the Grinches, in the Kobe Grinches, man, it's
He
so
then
fire, bro.
dropped 6 tugs this year against Tampa.
And then, well, dude, was it the week before, or week after the Detroit game?
That was the week after.
Our
That was a week
offense could not be
before.
stopped
It was a week
during
before.
We could not. We were on such a heater, dude.
Josh Allen with the chest pass that was called back. Bullshit.
Yes.
Detroit was on
Oh my
a
gosh.
insane win streak at that point too.
The
But-
2024 Buffalo Bills need to be studied.
They do. Josh
The
Allen,
squad.
great
Mr.
MVP.
Brightside pumping through the veins of the fans.
Going to a game. I'm
What
glad
would
I
you
went to a
rate-
game that season because that was awesome.
Dude, I think I've gone to one of the greatest in sports arena games I will ever go to in my life this year with the home opener when we came all the way back and beat the Ravens.
I
I don't
can't
know if
believe
I'll
you were
ever-
at that game.
You were there for that?
Until
I was at that
yes,
game.
until the Sabres make the playoffs this year, hopefully, no experience will ever top that.
Nate, next time we have like a home AFC Championship game, you need to make sure you're there because you are undefeated, I believe, in Bills games.
I'm undefeated, bro.
He's-
I've never seen.
He's witnessed
Bills
Miami
lose.
road wins, like in
I've never
Miami.
seen the Bills lose either.
Yes, I've
That's
never
crazy.
seen a Bills.
I haven't either.
The Bills
but I'm
never
only,
lost
I'm
while I'm
only
there.
2-0. It's a small sample size.
The
We
only
played-
time,
we played
the only
Jets.
time the
Six or
Buffalo,
7-0.
We played the Jets
the only time the
when I
Buffalo
went, and
Bills.
Dwayne Haskins' 2019 Redskins
Mhm.
team. So it
Oh,
was
you're popping.
Adrian
You're
Peterson versus Frank Gore, and Nate was there with me. We
The
were,
Battle of
we were
Unks.
8th graders.
The only time I have witnessed Bills losses was the very windy game on Monday Night Football against the Pats. Mac Jones completed
He attempted 3 passes.
3 passes, and then I went to the Thursday night game against Denver where we had too many men on the field on a missed
That was Monday
kick.
night, actually.
That was Monday
Lost
night.
to
All right.
Russ.
That was a
Yeah.
Joe.
Lost to Russell Wilson off of a missed kick that was called back due to too many men on the field.
I'm going.
And then, other than that, I witnessed the final game ever in the Ralph Wilson Stadium.
I can't believe
Start-
this
start
stat is
saving your
real.
pennies.
Same with me. Same with me.
Start saving your pennies. I want to go to Bills Chiefs this year because it's going to be at home because we keep owning their ass in the
The
regular
new
season.
stadium is going to be so tough, but I will save money.
It's
Dude,
going to be
I-
so
I've been-
expensive.
I've
Yeah, I
been.
gotta say
I've
about-
really. There's no. I've
well,
seen Lamar
Grant,
Jackson
hold
in
up.
person.
Let's put it on rain check because, like, if Mahomes is not healthy, we're not going to that fucking game.
Yeah.
I've seen Patrick Mahomes in person play against
I
Jameis
haven't.
Winston on the Browns.
I've never seen Patrick.
And Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston threw. So that's actually a funny game. So we were arriving late to the game. It's in Cleveland. The tickets were like $20 a piece, and we're late, and there's still a line at the gates. And I'm just listening to the loudspeaker. Winston threw 2 picks by the time I got into the stadium.
Oh my god.
$20 to see the greatest quarterback in
See, it
Patrick
just shows
Mahomes. I
Mahomes
mean,
is
how could you
Mahomes
not
is carried
buy?
by his defense, man.
Dude, let me tell you, man. Seeing Lamar Jackson play in person, because I've seen Josh Allen and it's amazing, but seeing Lamar, dude, it's like wow. That was
Lamar
seeing the way he
Jackson
just
is
runs, dude.
Quite the player.
Seeing Derrick Henry again for like the second time, because let's see, going back, so there was the Skins game that we went to, then I believe it was the 2021 home opener against the Raiders where we put belt to ass to Derek Carr. 2022 Monday Night Football against the Tennessee Titans, belt to ass. That was when they started doing the Monday night doubleheaders because it was also the Eagles putting belt to ass to the Vikings. 2023 opener. Oh wait, no, I lied. I've seen one loss. I've seen one loss. It was Josh Allen rookie year home opener against the Chargers. I did see his first career touchdown pass to Calvin Benjamin though. Fire.
Oh,
But no, Phillip Rivers came in and walked
you're
down the
not
Buffalo
undefeated.
Bills.
You're not undefeated. I lied.
No, but it is like it's it's 2018 Buffalo Bills. It's like
Rookie Josh Allen.
Thrown to Zay Jones and he showed a lot of great moments that year though.
He did.
Let's see, 2023
the highlight
was
tape from the
electric.
rookie year. He's great on his legs.
What was the 2023 opener, dude? Was that?
Oh God, it was the Jets in MetLife. We lost to Zach Wilson. Aaron Rodgers.
No, home opener. The week after.
Home opener. Not Miami. It would have been
The fuck was it?
home opener.
Wait,
Because 2024 was Cardinals.
2023?
Yeah, 24 was Cardinals.
I'm trying to remember.
For home
That was a
openers,
close game, too.
2023, that was the Aaron Rodgers Achilles.
No, home opener.
No, that was that was
home
on the road.
opener.
Yeah,
that
it was the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
That's 24. But
Home opener the year before was Dolphins?
no, because I knew that because the Dolphins was later because it was like the
fuck was the
game.
2023
Oh, it's
Bills home opener?
the Raiders.
Oh, that was the Raiders. The one was 21.
Matt Milano mossing Josh
Yeah,
Jacobs
okay.
over his head.
What was 21 or 22 then? Because I unless maybe I didn't.
21
go
home
years, but
opener was a loss to the Steelers.
Okay, I wasn't at that one.
22's home opener was
Titans.
Titans.
on,
Okay, so
we know the
I've
Tennessee
been
Titans
to,
in prime time. Yeah,
I've been to almost every home opener, but I didn't go to 2021. Obviously, I couldn't go to 2020, but I've been from 22 on.
sounds like we need to go to the home opener this year.
I was gonna say we need to find a way to go to the home opener this year.
Well,
And then also
that's
last year we
anything
saw
to avoid
the
watching a game in John's apartment.
Jets
Hey.
game last year where Amari Cooper
All
lost
of us
the Jets
are on
DB in
fraud
the end
watch,
zone.
pal.
Not Nate's house.
I've never lost. I'm undefeated. There. That's a stat right there. We're undefeated when we
at
watch the
Nate's
Bills
house,
game at
man.
my
We're just
house.
going to Nate's every time.
So why aren't we watching the playoff games at Nate's house?
Well,
'Cause I
because
work.
I'm actually going to be missing the playoff game this week. So is Jake.
I work
Me and
during
B
the
Crown are
playoff
going to be
game.
Because
watching.
we're both making the playoffs in the tournament.
Why the game's at 4:25 on a Saturday? I don't know.
Crone, you
Like,
don't know
why?
how mad I was when I saw that it was at 4:30, dude. If it was at 8 o'clock, that would have been perfect.
I know.
I'm not
we
gonna
could have
lie.
gone out and watched the game.
As long as my boss doesn't see this, I might just have to be sick.
It's not ridiculous.
Your boss secretly watches the podcast.
I know, watches
John's
the podcast.
John
I'm
does.
fucked.
He's going to tell your boss, bro.
Because guess what, dude? Guess what?
Yeah.
The Sabres also play around like noon, so you're getting that transition from Sabres hockey into Bills football.
Yep.
Sabres finally lost
Yeah,
the game.
I don't have to worry about ever working again on a Bills game day, so
It's
I
whatever.
couldn't.
Well, there you
I
go.
couldn't
I mean, I
avoid
usually turn the
musicians.
game on anyway while I'm working, but like, just
But
it's
anyway,
the playoffs. I wouldn't
we got
what?
care. We got what? Niners. We got Bears.
Nate's gonna come to my house on
Bills,
Saturday for the
Texans, right?
Bills game.
Niners, Bears, Bills, Texans. That's our predictions for what would.
Those
be
are
next
our
week's
picks?
conference championship games. We're on about an hour and a
Yep.
half, so we should probably cut this now.
All I'm gonna say is that the Buffalo Bills have a chance this year to do something very special.
Would be
We're
one of the
looking
best
like I don't
playoff runs by a
think
QB of all time, overcoming
I don't
every
think
form
I don't
of
think we
adversity.
understand.
Physical, mental.
Outside of since 2021,
outside
we
factors.
had like this. I haven't felt this good about a Bills team. Well, obviously, actually, since last year about
Oh my
winning
dude,
it, or
I
at least
totally
going to
thought
the Super Bowl.
I totally thought last year was the year, man. I'm sick that we.
We're talking about like sure a little bit of regression, but we're talking about like last year. James, could you imagine if James Cook from this year was on last year's team?
Oh my god! I mean, yeah.
And could you imagine
The
if
only
last
thing you
year's
had last
play
year was the
calling and
rushing
use of the
touchdowns.
running backs?
Yeah, it'd
Like-
been insane.
Just add bring Matt Collins back. God damn it, bring Matt Collins back.
Hey, Matt Collins.
He was fun.
All good.
I'll never forget about Matt
Oh,
Collins
man.
mossing Trent McDuffie before halftime of the AFC Championship game in Arrowhead, dude. Never.
Oh.
Curtis Samuel, clutch time touchdown.
What a special team. All right, folks. So
That's all I think about now when I hear Mr. Brightside. It's associated with the Bills, but I'm
it's just
always
that
going to remember that
It's
season.
that season. We're gonna go
And
ahead.
my MVP, my glorious MVP, Josh Allen.
We need to go ahead and cut it. We're on time here. We're on a little over hour and a half. You guys enjoyed? Like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Stay tuned. Keep going for this playoffs. This is a great playoff. The playoffs are cinema without Patrick Mahomes. Who knew? That's all we needed was to get Patrick Mahomes the fuck out of town.
Who knew all we needed was Mahomes to tear his ACL?
Well, they were
Kansas
they
just
were
beat
terrible
Iowa
before that
State.
anyway. Kansas just beat Iowa State.
Isn't Iowa State the number 2 ranked?
What
Like-
in bat and hoops?
Yeah.
Kansas are so fraudulent this year because they lost to who did they just lose to before that? Hang on.
Crazy work, dude.
They just wow, they beat Iowa State by 20. Oh my god. Yo, Duke's going up, baby. Kansas lost to WVU like a couple days ago.
Jesus.
But anyway, like, subscribe.
Oh, also,
do all the
if you're
fancy
seeing
pod
this
stuff.
before the championship game, go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers.
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 I mean, we like Mendoza around here. We just hope
do.
the Raiders don't
Sadly,
run
he's
it.
going to get corrupted by Vegas, but
More importantly, go Bills. Broncos country, let's ride.
I don't think
into
Mendoza could ever be
elimination.
corrupted.
We'll see. They said that about actually, I don't know. I don't know who they've said that about.
Exactly.
I think
pal.
Henry Ruggs has
Alright, fellas.
something else to say.
Yeah, but they're saying this podcast needs
All right.
to end, so we'll see you guys. Take care.